For more than 70 years, Leica has built its reputation on a single defining feature, the optical rangefinder. The M series, launched in 1954, became synonymous with the purest form of photography: manual focus, minimal distraction, and a window into the world that demanded both patience and precision. To own an M wasn't just to own a camera, it was to join a tradition, to engage in a philosophy of image-making that valued craft over convenience. Yet in 2025, that tradition may be on the verge of its most dramatic shift. Whispers across the photography community suggest that Leica is about to unveil the M EV1, a camera that discards the iconic rangefinder entirely in favor of an electronic viewfinder. For Leica purists, the very idea borders on sacrilege. For others, it could be the most exciting evolution in the company's history. The rumored launch date is October 23, 2025, and the anticipation is as intense as the controversy. For decades, Leica has been celebrated for staying true to its roots even as the industry embraced autofocus, video, mirrorless systems, and now AI-assisted imaging. The M cameras remain proudly mechanical at their core. But if the M EV1 emerges as leaks suggest, it will redefine what an M camera means in the modern era. Leica appears to be retaining the DNA of the M1 platform, a proven foundation, but replacing the top plate with a sleeker and cluttered design. Gone is the ISO dial. Gone is the familiar red dot logo. What remains is a camera that radiates understatement, designed with the brand's signature minimalism, yet signaling that it has stepped firmly into the digital age. The change, of course, begins with the viewfinder. Instead of the bright, frameline-based optical system that gave generations of photographers their distinctive shooting experience, the M EV1 is rumored to house a high-resolution electronic finder with 5.76 million dots and 0.76x magnification. This is not simply a technical substitution. It transforms the act of shooting. No longer will photographers estimate exposure, white balance, or focus through an indirect optical patch. Instead, they'll see their final image previewed in real time, complete with focus peaking, magnification, and electronic guides. For those who have struggled to focus in low light or who crave certainty over guesswork, it's a revelation. For rangefinder devotees, however, it's the loss of the intangible, the magic of composing through glass rather than pixels. At the core of the M EV1 is said to be a 60-megapixel back-illuminated full-frame sensor capable of switching between 60, 36, and 18-megapixel modes. This tri-resolution approach means photographers can choose extreme detail for portraits and fine art, or smaller, more manageable files for travel and documentary work. Leica's reputation for tonal rendering and color science suggests that this sensor could become one of the most versatile the company has ever produced, delivering both clinical precision and the organic look that fans love. Combined with the electronic viewfinder, the sensor unlocks a workflow previously impossible for M shooters: precision focus with vintage glass, instant feedback on exposure, and tools that make manual operation faster than ever before. One area of particular curiosity is autofocus. Historically, Leica M lenses are manual focus jewels, prized for their craftsmanship but untouched by electronics. Leaks suggest that the M EV1 will remain true to this heritage, focusing on manual lens compatibility enhanced by AVF tools rather than introducing a full-fledged phase detection autofocus system. While this may disappoint those hoping for Leica's entry into the autofocus arms race dominated by Sony, Canon, and Nikon, it may also reassure collectors who feared their decades-old lenses would be left behind. The philosophy seems to be keep the tactile experience of manual focusing, but remove the guesswork with modern digital aids. Video capability, however, might be where the M EV1 makes its boldest statement. For years, Leica's M series was an afterthought in the video realm, designed for still photographers who saw cinema features as unnecessary extras. The M EV1 may flip that narrative. Early leaks indicate it could shoot full-width 6K video at up to 30 frames per second, full-width 4K at 30p, and 4K 60 with an APS-C crop. Internal ProRes 422 HQ recording has been mentioned, along with external RAW output through HDMI. If true, this places the M EV1 not only in line with hybrid cameras from major Japanese manufacturers, but also positions it as Leica's most serious tool for filmmakers to date. adding classic frame rates like DCI 4K to 4P and 1080p 120 for slow motion. And suddenly this isn't just a heritage stills camera, it's a full production instrument. Some elements remain uncertain. In-body image stabilization, for instance, has not been confirmed. Because most Leica M lenses lack electronic communication and stabilization, IBIS would be a monumental addition, improving handheld shooting and video stabilization dramatically. Yet implementing such a system while maintaining the M's compact build and aesthetic is a significant engineering challenge. Similarly, the rear LCD is rumored to follow Leica's minimal approach, likely a high-resolution fixed panel optimized for review rather than vlogging or selfies. An articulating screen would add flexibility, but it would also disrupt the purist appeal. Leica seems intent on keeping the M EV1 focused on traditional photographic practice, even as it modernizes in other areas. Connectivity is expected to include Bluetooth Low, Wi-Fi, and USB-C for charging, tethering, and file transfer. An HDMI port would serve filmmakers who want to connect external recorders or monitors. Battery life remains speculative, but given Leica's history, endurance will likely fall in line with its current mirrorless lineup, enough for careful shooters, but not generous by the standards of video-centric competitors. Users should prepare to carry spares if they plan intensive hybrid work. Design details point to a front plate stripped of the classic optical rangefinder window, replaced by diamond textured leatherette, and a new function button alongside a frame selector lever that may too go between AVF modes. Despite the technological leap, the M EV1 is expected to retain Leica's hallmark craftsmanship, Ehrman assembly, premium materials, and the timeless aesthetic that makes an M instantly recognizable even to non-photographers. The M mount endures, ensuring compatibility with generations of legendary glass, which remains one of Leica's greatest strengths in a market flooded with electronic, plastic-dominated systems. Pricing, as always with Leica, will stir debate. Leaks place the M EV1 between €7,950 and €10,000 depending on configuration and region. This keeps it firmly in the luxury bracket, well above competitors that may offer superior autofocus or broader lens ecosystems. But Leica has never competed on value. Buyers pay for exclusivity, heritage, and the unique rendering of Leica optics. For some, the cost is prohibitive. For others, it's the price of entry into a photographic lineage unmatched in the industry. The broader question is whether the M EV1 will split Leica's fan base or expand it. Traditionalists who cherish the optical rangefinder will still have the M11 and M11P to satisfy their needs. Those models will likely remain untouched, serving the purist market. But the M EV1 opens a door to a new generation of hybrid shooters, photographers, and filmmakers who want Leica's tactile experience and aesthetic but don't want to compromise on modern features, like electronic preview and advanced video. Against rivals such as Sony's A7 or Lion, Canon's EOS R5, or Nikon Z8, Leica cannot win on autofocus speed, burst rates, or system breadth. Where it can compete is in build quality, lens legacy, and the unique character of its images, factors that are less about numbers and more about emotion. The timing is also notable. Competitors like Nikon with the ZF and Fujifilm with their X series have tapped into a hunger for cameras that blend retro styling with contemporary technology. Leica, however, doesn't need to mimic heritage design, it is heritage design. No competitor can replicate the M-mount legacy or the prestige of the brand. By embracing the VF while maintaining the essence of their aesthetic, Leica may offer something no one else can, a camera that looks timeless but functions with the tools professionals demand in 2025. What remains to be seen is how photographers will emotionally respond. The optical rangefinder is not just a technical component, it is the soul of the Leica experience for many users. To remove it is to change the ritual of shooting, to replace an analog intimacy with digital certainty. For some, that will feel like a betrayal. For others, it will feel like liberation. The M EV1 may not replace the rangefinder, it may instead sit alongside it, offering two paths for Leica users, one rooted in tradition, one reaching into the future. As the rumored announcement approaches, the speculation grows louder. If Leica delivers on these leaks, if the M EV1 truly offers a 60-megapixel sensor, a high-resolution AVF, strong video tools, and compatibility with the legendary M lenses, then the M series will have entered uncharted territory. It will be the camera that redefines what it means to be a Leica photographer in the 21st century. The decision will ultimately rest with the shooters themselves. Do they cling to the tactile romance of the rangefinder, or do they embrace a new Leica design for a digital world? One thing is certain, whether it's celebrated as revolutionary or criticized as heretical, the M EV1 will make history. Few cameras can provoke such passionate debate before they even exist. Leica, by daring to break its own tradition, has ensured that the photography world will be watching closely. And perhaps that is the ultimate point. In a market saturated with incremental updates and spec sheet battles, Leica is once again reminding us that cameras are not just machines, they are statements. The M EV1, if real, will be nothing less than a declaration about the future of photography itself.